law enforcement pulling out. Stopping people that are walking in that field. If you get too close to those directed energy weapons, they're going to approach you and ask you, what are you doing? Just tell them you're out taking a walk. There's nothing posted, so... If you're just joining us, we're running simulations on how to destroy directed energy weapons like the one you see right there. Just a few minutes ago, we had LEOs move up fast. Actually, to the west of that tower, right there. If you happen to just be walking through the campus now and you're approached by law enforcement, that's because there's a simulation going on. A radical right-wing Christian nationalist militia is targeting weapons that the United States military used against Americans all across. Every day these weapons are used against all of America. Here on behalf of Western North Carolina families, that we have our complaint filed with the Oklahoma City FBI, Agent Rich. Waiting on the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office to come out and shut these weapons down. They haven't been responding to 911s. Chris is hiding in his office, hoping I'll go away. Just offer the guy something, maybe he'll go away. Nope. Sorry, Chris. You and your staff know what these weapons are. The fact that you guys know and you're not sitting out here with me trying to shut them down says all I need to know about you guys. To put on Do Not Disturb. Directed energy weapon. We don't have a real cloud in the sky today. Everything you're seeing, that came straight out of their jets. It's poisonous every day. Every day they poison us. Even pests on our crops get more of a break than we get. Because every day the military crop dusts us. Every day. Pests are shown more respect in America than Americans. They'll spray us like we're cockroaches every single day. Look at that sky. The sun is setting in the west. General Dynamics, look them up. Understand what that tower is used for right there. It's going off this way. We're at the Weather Command Center, where directed energy weapons utilized to murder families in western North Carolina were activated and deployed, working in conjunction with over 100 other NEXRAD towers. These are directed energy weapons used to manipulate and modify the weather. Oklahoma University has a weather research program, and they are home to directed energy weapons that were utilized to murder western North Carolina families that we're out here on behalf of. Waiting on Sheriff to come out. We're hoping that Chris is going to deputize me so that I can show his staff how to go in here and shut this whole place down very calmly and peacefully, and we don't have to put them in a panic. We just got to tell them, everybody leave. The only thing we want to see coming out here is heavy equipment. Bulldozers, cranes, semi-trucks, big dump trucks. Gotta haul all the metal and scrap off. Traffic's getting loud. It's a chemical sunset. got one of these near you? Go to your Google search on your maps or DuckDuck or whichever one you use, Bing, it don't matter. Put Doppler radar near me. If you got one within close proximity, they're going to pop up. If not, just put Doppler radar in the nearest city close to you. NEXRADS, you'll zoom in down Google Earth to show you the precise location of where your NEXRADS are. There's also a running list. We have that list on our channel too, I believe, which provides every coordinate of the NEXRADS, where they're positioned. Don't forget that they have mobile NEXRADS. They have NEXRAD ships. Got a lot of those. The Navy is actually the tip of the spear for the weather weapons system. Most people think it's the Air Force because of the chemicals the Air Force sprays in the skies, but no, it's the Navy. Take the Navy out, and the Air Force really can't do much of diddly. Got it. See, front one. That looks like a normal one. Normal. It's like 2 normal units. There, you can kind of see the line that's already started forming. There's a line right there going across. There they are. We just opened up. The Sky Poison's being deployed. Death by poison looks so beautiful, huh? Especially when the sun's setting. Probably see that straight streak right there. got there? Non-LEO. Non-LEO. Oh, still tucked in over there behind the tower. If you're just joining us, we're waiting on Q's White Hats. Operation Rescue with the letter Q. Rescue. Operation Rescue. White Hats from the military are supposed to deploy here tonight to destroy these directed energy weapons that were utilized to murder Appalachian folks in order to steal land enriched with lithium in western North Carolina. And Q's White Hats, they're fed up. They said enough's enough. We told these people to trust the plan, and they're just sitting there trusting the plan. Everyone's dying. Land's being stolen. Children are still being bioweaponed with vaccines that we know are poisons. Globalism marches on. Well, tonight, White Hats in the military are supposed to somehow destroy these towers. Maybe they parachute in from the skies. Maybe they beam them with lasers. Who knows what they're going to do? But Q's coming to the rescue tonight. Or is that a big old fairy tale too? It had to be this way, they say. It was the only way. The people weren't ready to be woken up. Bunch of lame excuses for people who don't want to do anything other than believe in fairy tales. All right, Q, we're waiting on you. Any minute. Military White Hats have been rescuing mole children from underground military bases. Been rescuing them and taking down the cabal. They're going to take a break from all that stuff that they do every day tirelessly. They work nonstop at that stuff. Q's sending the rescue team down here to destroy these towers. Saving every American child in the process. I mean, with all the mole children they brought out to show everybody these great rescues and all the cabal takedowns, it got so bad that they had to make a Gitmo TV where people went out and said that Hillary Clinton was executed in Gitmo. I saw it. Barack Obama was executed in Gitmo. I saw it. John Podesta was executed in Gitmo. I saw it. And none of these people were executed in Gitmo. And the people who say that get away with saying that while people send them money. You know, it's insane. The United States military deployed a weather weapon against western North Carolina. I saw it. Now there's evidence to back that up. And a lot of work we did afterwards. We'd really love to get back there to help our families. So many people need help right now. Here comes Q. Go, Q, go. Go, Q, go. White hats are coming any minute. They're going to save us all. It had to be this way. I don't know, which tower do you think they're going to hit? Is it going to be that one? I mean, Q should have a crazy, like just an awesome team. Should be able to get all three of these towers at once, you think. That'd be the one. That'd be the ideal one, though. Don't worry. We'll get the camera turned really fast as soon as Q teams get... White hats are en route to destroy directed energy weapons on Oklahoma University campus, up here by the airport, Norman, Oklahoma. They're taking a break from rescuing mole children from underground and taking out the cabal and performing executions at Gitmo. Giving people fairy tales to believe in, you know. They're going to come out here and they're going to do some real work for you, America. I'm sure you'll find some Q drop with this date and time. Probably says something about radar or poison or treason. Might say something about all three. Somebody look that up. What do you want to bet? In any minute, Q and his white hats gonna roll up in there and take that tower out. You just keep watching. Keep watching. While you're watching, get ready. The next election is going to be coming up. Midterms. Got to get ready for that. Got to defend that Republican majority. Otherwise, it's all toast, man. Bread and circuses that are favoring the right, they're not going to go forward no more. Now the left's going to get a bunch of food on the table to keep them happy. And you got to fight for them to get, your portions put back on that table. But no, you don't worry about that, though. Q's going to take this tower out. Him and his white hats are coming. Trust the plan. Had to be this way. These normies, they weren't ready for that. Oh, we're waiting on Q and his white hats. That Q guy, Q. The white hats, they're going to come over there. I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to do something to those towers, though. I'm with media. Press, see? White hats, Q. Go on. Oh, here. Not that one. Here we go, right there. Waiting on Q and his white hats. You guys are just tuning in. They're done messing around. They're going to give you guys proof that they actually exist. That they're not a fairy tale, a psyop used to control you and to keep you sitting down doing nothing. Other than believing in fairy tales. Any minute. Stand a better chance of our God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob doing something to that tower than any Q God could ever do. That so many of our brothers and sisters worship that fake plan. Better get to know Jesus soon. Kingdom of heaven's at hand. Well, I don't know if Q's going to show up. Can't think of anything more important than stopping military treason and shutting down the weapons that the military's embedded within civilian infrastructure to use against the civilians. Here comes another unit up that way. Let's see. Speeding up right there pretty quick. Nah. It's a regular. It's wide open, Q. Waiting on you, bro. It's wide open. The sheriff is afraid. He doesn't know what to do. Law enforcement, man. Half of them are rooting me on. The other half are just, man, wanting me to get the hell out of here. They got to actually do their job. And they're being exposed to Americans. Spending extra taxpayer resources to protect military equipment that's being used against Americans without their consent. Their informed consent. As long as the media keeps calling this conspiracy, then the people have not received informed consent. So the media is just dragging this out. My colleagues in the media, some of you laugh and say chemtrails are fake, and I think some of you really believe it, and you're really going to be looking back and feeling dumb. Especially here soon. They've already told you it's real. But you don't want to go down and revisit what you've already decided was fake. Waiting on Q's team to show up. If you're just joining us, white hats are coming to destroy directed energy weapons. Q's had enough. They told you to trust the plan, and you're about to see the plan be executed. Any minute now. Any minute. All you people who thought them white hats were fake, you're about to be disappointed. Any minute, Q and his team are going to come destroy that tower. and the other, well, we'll get all three if we can. We're counting on him to start with that middle one right there. Q found out that Chris, our esteemed sheriff out here in Cleveland County, Oklahoma, Q found out that Chris was terrified of the military and wasn't going to do his oath that he swore to do. You know, he's not going to do that. That don't mean nothing because the military, you know, can't go against the military. If the military wants to poison us, then let the military poison us. The military wants to use weapons against us, let the military use weapons. Don't let a criminal go on the streets and use weapons against other people. Now that's no. Chris isn't going to let you do that. He's going to fight to keep Cleveland County streets safe from criminals and thugs. But the military uses weapons against Chris's constituents. Well, no, that's not his problem. See, he can't do nothing about that. He can do something about the street gangs. He can do something about the dangerous criminals that are running amok. But he can't do nothing about the military. The military is just, you know, too big for Chris. It's too big for you, huh, Chris? See, the whole illusion that some of you live in is just unraveling before your eyes right now. There are people in the center right now, and they know what they did. They know what they did. Law enforcement having to watch this, and they know that, man, it's true. This guy's telling the truth. Military did this. Military's playing God with the weather. This guy isn't lying. But they're afraid to say something. Because, you know, they got to feed their families, pay their mortgage, make sure their kids are able to choke on the poisons that are being sprayed in these skies. They're just going to shut up. Their commander said, you got to do this. So they're going to do it. Satan deceived the world, and those that deceive themselves, your deception is just unraveling before your eyes. You're always going to wonder, Chris, what would have happened if I would have went out there to defend and protect my constituents and the rest of America. How many more kids have to get sick? How many more people have to die, Chris? Where you at, Q? Well, if you're just tuning in, we're waiting on Q and his white hats. They're going to show up and destroy that directed energy weapon that's being utilized against Americans. They're taking a break from rescuing all the mole children from underground and coming to the surface for a night. They heard about the extensive security that law enforcement is deployed around the campus right here. It's no problem for Q. You just watch that tower any minute. That thing's going down. We're all going to be like, yay! Or not. See, we're created by a living, breathing God. Not a fake God. A number, letter of an alphabet, hybrid creature, golden calf. None of that. I don't think Q's coming. That guy just curved up there. I don't know if you can see that line. Yeah, there it is. Well, I kind of pick it up on the phone, but it actually curves around. It curves. Military's poison in the sky. Have a good night. By the other tower. Right there too. Pass. Right there he is. Watching law enforcement patrols right now, waiting on Q and the white hats to come and eliminate that directed energy weapon you're looking at right there, plus the other two. We've been running simulation attacks all weekend. There's more planned all week. If you happen to have a NexRad tower near you, get out to it and send us some pictures, your location. We'll put together something. We'll make sure it gets to the right people. So a small problem can become a very big problem for those that are poisoning us and using weapons against us. If you would like to run your own simulation attack against a directed energy weapon like this, NexRad, contact 520-500-4506 for a brief description on how to go and do it. And if you take the very steps that we've taken all the way up to this point and the steps we take afterwards, you're going to have more people that are looking at this problem in a new way. Not just looking at the sky and pointing and saying, hey, they're poisoning me. Nope, you're going to go right to the people that poison you. You guys saw what Mellowcat did. She confronted the chemtrail pilots. Go right to them. Go right to the weapons they're using against you. Go right to them. You don't have to go to your governors, your senators, or your representatives. We did that for you already. There's nothing they can do. They're all on record. They're all saying there's nothing they can do. It's the military. The FAA controls the skies. It's the federal government. We have no jurisdiction. So the military can poison you, because the FAA says they can poison you, and your senators and representatives and governor, especially in Oklahoma, they can do nothing to protect you. Then why are you voting for these people to sit in a position that does you no good, that actually makes it so that you have to keep choking on poisons, that you have to suffer by a military committing treason? Why are these people still being voted for? Why? Why are you paying taxes? If you're listening to my voice, why the heck are you paying taxes? Why? You're paying taxes for that tower right there. That tower right there is taxpayer funded, baby. Yep. You pay taxes to help murder people in Western North Carolina. It's not your fault. So many people had no idea. They don't know. It's understandable. But now you know. So we're asking you not to pay taxes. Because if you pay taxes, you're going to have blood on your hands. These weapons are still activated. The military has no plans to shut them down. And the commander-in-chief is going to give you everything you want but the weather weapons system. That's when the whole script changes. They've never had an attack before. Now they get to learn through simulations. I'm probably doing them more better than I am you, America. But God will give you eyes to see, and He'll show you things that I haven't. You just got to get out there and look. They want you to be afraid, sitting in your house. They want to drag you to the midterms. Give you an enemy to blame. For the right, go after the judges. For the left, go after Elon and Trump. As long as you got an enemy and people to go after, and it's not the United States military that's poisoning you and playing God with the weather, then you know the cabal is still in charge. That's why Q and the white hats aren't coming out here tonight to save America, because they don't exist. In the real world, the only thing that exists out here is one journalist with a camera and a tripod and a camping chair. Thank you for the tripod and camping chair to my wonderful subscribers. We love you. Sitting out here, that's it. And then extra law enforcement driving around that tower, keeping an eye on this side of the campus, south side. That's it. There's no Q and no white hats coming to save you, America. You're being taught how to save yourself right now. We love to say wash, rinse, and repeat, because you go and do exactly what's being done, and you do it over and over every day. You go as long as you can. You crash, you go again. You crash, you go again. You go. Because within time, all that going has accumulated into some wonderful ingredients that God will put together in His favor. So all you got to do is keep going. Talk to people every day. People ask me around here, I'm doing a story on directed energy weapons that murdered our families in Western North Carolina. That gets their attention. And I can show them some videos and tell them the truth. And oh, by the way, the governor's dodging this. Oh, this is me at his office letting them know what we're doing. Oh, the senators and reps, yeah, they know. Oh, this is their staff and their aides on film telling you what I'm telling you is true. Agreeing, some of them wanting this to stop. And to me, if you really want it to stop that bad, what sacrifice are you willing to make? The best one you can make is to put your boots on the ground. That is absolutely best. Or your knees. If you put your knees on the ground and you're praying, so many of you that pray for us, God bless you, because you send angels. You're sending angels our way to reinforce the angels we already have. So you're sending us volunteers. You're sending us a heavenly host of volunteers. So don't think your prayers don't mean nothing. They mean everything. And we appreciate it. And God knows. God knows. He loves us. He loves you too. Your time. Boots on the ground if you can get out there. Get out there and confront the evil. But you're looking at something that needs to be attacked. Not debate it. We're not here to debate whether or not the military's playing God with the weather. We've already provided irrefutable evidence to the FBI in Oklahoma City, and the governors, and the senators, and the representatives, and the U.S. Marshals, and the Highway Patrol, and the Sheriff's Department. So we're not here to debate. There's nothing to talk about. Try to convince other people that that's a weapon. We don't have to convince other people to know what we already know is true. We don't need reinforcements for the truth. The truth stands alone, whether other people believe it or not, just like Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. He stands alone right there. Whether other people believe it or not doesn't mean that he doesn't exist, because how many didn't believe in him? And he didn't exist for them when they didn't believe in him. Man, I know what that was like. But yet he always existed. We have to tackle these problems in a new way. And I know there's a couple people right now, they're getting a little nervous and scared, and I understand. I'm not going to call people out. But we went through this at Beale Air Force Base, and I would like to remind everyone, especially those that are coming in with the next wave, that we had a great shot at shutting down the SAIs nearly 2 years ago. But it didn't happen. Now, I still did my part all the way up to being thrown into a psych hospital and charged for terroristic threats against the base, and those got dropped really quick, and they had me out of there super fast, but we had a good chance. We didn't do it. That's okay. A lot of people in North Carolina paid a price for it. People are paying a price all over the nation right now because we didn't do it. Are we just going to keep going into every community that has a quote-unquote natural disaster and let them keep playing God with the weather, killing our people, taking their lands, herding them like cattle to where they want them? Are we going to keep allowing them to activate these weapons they've embedded within the infrastructure to use against us? Do we want to see another community like we saw in Swannanoa or Burnsville or Pensacola completely wiped out? Horrible what happened out there. It's insane. Is that our new purpose? Just to go to deploy to disaster zones? If we don't address these towers, I guess we got job security, don't we? We just keep going. Wait for the next military strike on a community and we go there. Tell people to paint their roofs blue and they look at you crazy, just explain to them why. Maybe they'll do some research. It's not really a fair fight. For those in the military, you know, it's like, man, you guys are just a bunch of freaking bullies. That's all you are. Just a bunch of bullies. Picking on this little population out here. These people are just driving. Work hard all day. Just driving right by directed energy weapons. Have no idea what you're doing, United States military. Have no idea. How can they give consent? They have no idea. Now the sheriff does. Cleveland County Sheriff's Office. If you're listening to this, you can call 911 and ask the 911 dispatch in your area to transfer you to Cleveland County, Oklahoma Sheriff's Office. It is an emergency. We're waiting on Chris to come out here and shut down these directed energy weapons because it doesn't look like Q and the white hats are showing up. Man, if you're in military uniform, how's it feel knowing that you're doing this to our people? Think about that. Those of you in law enforcement, any of you in your vehicles out there got stuck with this assignment. Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm not. How's it feel to be protecting weapons that were utilized to murder Americans for a land grab? Just like during COVID when those uniforms, badges, and guns were used against the population for daring to do what their God-given rights to do. It was insane what happened there. You know, here it is. They're being used to protect directed energy weapons. Q's a no-show. We got the camera set up. We'll go live if anything happens. This is Louis Arthur of VOP News, and you've been watching Operation Simulation, where we are simulating attacks against directed energy weapons that the United States military is using against every single one listening to my voice and looking at that tower. Gotta go. God is good. Great all the time.